guys, and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Battle Series, the School of Hard Knocks. So throughout this episode, like every other, we'll be jumping on to the Pokemon Global Link Battle Spot ladder, playing under the Championship Battle rules, which are the equivalent rule set of the VGC 2018 season. So it is Friday when this video will be going up. I am pre-recording these episodes this week if you hadn't already been aware of that, but it's great to be back, guys. I hope you are all well, and this is just a forward thank you because I know for a fact a lot of you will have already put suggestions in for teams and things I've been asking for all of this week to play in the future. What we're going to do, I did say we'll probably play this team for a week. We're going to play it again next week. It gives us a bit more time to put something a bit more substantial together, and at the same time we'll get to delve a bit more into this team and have a look at the bare bones of it and see a few more of the text that it's got kind of implemented in it. So it should be a lot of fun. So we'll play this team once more next week. We obviously did the stream yesterday. I'm hoping that it went well. Thank you to everyone that turned up. It's weird doing this in advance, but this is just how it goes. And we're going to just jump straight into it again today and round things off for the week. So we're doing alright. We have played 4 matches. Remember, we did have that disconnect on Monday's episode with that guy, and it still hasn't kind of ticked over yet. Let's get some music on the go. We'll jump straight in with the Necrozma version 2 because it is my favourite. I bet there's people out there that are like, I hate this track and you keep putting it on, and you haven't read the comments yet to say that I hate it, to change it, and you're still putting it on. But if that is the case, we can change it up next week. But I do love it, and I don't know what there isn't to love about it. Anyway, enough of that. We've got our first opponent of the day. They're running a Oranguru, Amoonguss, Blastoise, Celesteela, Tapu Lele, and Incineroar. So, it's quite Trick Room heavy. You've got to say that the Oranguru is going to be there with the Trick Room. Incineroar is going to be providing the Fake Out support to help set that up, along with the Amoonguss with its Rage Powder. Again, supporting that Mega Blastoise, which you've got to presume it is in this team. That's going to have probably access to things like Water Spout that are going to be doing a lot of damage to us. But Ferrothorn here is going to be a really good Pokemon for us to utilize here. We've got to be a bit careful of the Incineroar, obviously, because of its fire type attacks, and Celesteela potentially carrying something like Flamethrower. But I am going to lead off with Ninetales. I'm going to lead off with Kangaskhan as well, because at the very least we can utilize that Roar. And I am going to bring Ferrothorn. And what else do I want to bring? Probably Tapu Fini here. And we'll leave Heatran at home, although that makes it a bit awkward to deal with the Amoonguss matchup, but at the same time I think we need everything else. And again, it kind of comes down to that thing. What I'm kind of noticing with this team is, like, when I want to bring Ninetales, there's always another Pokemon that I feel like would do just as well a job against my opponent. Like in this situation, the Heatran would be very good here to deal with that Amoonguss. So we're going to have to try and find other ways to kind of help deal with the Amoonguss when we're not bringing the Heatran. But hopefully, by bringing the Ninetales here, it's going to allow us to stop this Trick Room, which is going to be the biggest kind of detriment for us going forward in this match. So the Roar here is going to be pretty huge. We've got the Fake Out on our end to kind of fake out that Incineroar from a Mega Kangaskhan, which does help us a lot. So see my opponent lead off with the Incineroar or Oranguru, obviously, and I think it's pretty obvious what they'll try and go for here. They're going to go for the Trick Room, I think. So at least with Roar we get around that. We'll Mega Evolve, and we're just going to Fake Out into the Incineroar and stop them faking us out. So there we go. We're going to see that lovely lady Mega Kangaskhan. Well, Kangaskhan evolve into Mega Kangaskhan, chuck the baby out the pouch and get some Fake Out action on the go. So there we go. We're going to stop this Incineroar, like we said, being able to do anything this turn, because it does threaten the Ninetales at the same time. So, and there's the Roar. Stop the Trick Room from that pesky ape. And what's coming in? The Mega Blastoise. Okay, so that's not so bad. And I mean, here we can go for the Aurora Veil and probably just get some damage onto the... The problem is as well, the Blastoise can have access to Fake Out, I'm pretty sure. So we could double protect here. Well, we could protect with Ninetales, and we could potentially bring in Tapu Fini, which isn't a bad move at all, because if the Blastoise doesn't Fake Out and goes for Water type attack, at least the Fini's going to be able to take it a lot better than, say, Kangaskhan would be. So we'll do that. And at the same time we get a lovely misty terrain up on the field as well. So we'll see what my opponent goes for here. Blastoise going to Mega Evolve. Thing is as well, Blastoise could have access to something like Aurora Sphere, which it could, you know, fire into Kangaskhan for super effective damage, which Fini's going to be able to like lap up all day. So we get the Protect off with Ninetales. Incineroar going to Protect as well. We're going to see Water Spout. Yeah, okay. That's alright. I don't mind that too much. Like, Fini will eat that up for breakfast, so that's fine. And this next turn, it gives us a chance to go for the Z move into the Incineroar, as it's just protected. And anything coming in on that slot is going to take a big chunk of damage. At the same time, we can go for an Aurora Veil, and yeah, I'm going to just lock in with that Hydro Vortex into that Incineroar slot, which should take that down. Incineroar going to switch out, yeah. So what's coming in? Oranguru, so we don't mind that too much. Especially if it's holding something like a Mental Herb, which you kind of think it might be for this kind of team archetypes. We are going to get the Hydro Vortex into that slot, which will do decent damage. Yeah. And we see as well, more importantly, that a Fini is outspeeding the Blastoise, which is quite nice to know for the next turn. But you've got to imagine that the Incineroar probably comes in. I don't imagine the Oranguru going down, but by some chance, you never know. Fini might crit, and it could go down. But we're getting ahead of ourselves, so we do about 50% damage. And activate a Citrus Berry. Okay. Water Spout coming out again. Yeah, so we take that quite comfortably. We can just go for a Moonblast, and I think we really have to go for a roll into the Oranguru. We can't really afford the Trick Room to be set up here, so we'll just go for that. It is very obvious, that's the only problem. But we'll go for a Moonblast into the Blastoise. Moonblast into Blastoise. No Protect coming out. So I'll get some good damage onto it. Yeah, so you actually see that the Oranguru outspeeds the Blastoise outside of Trick Room, which is quite... Yeah, so it's going to be doing less and less, which is fine. Because it'll go for another Water Spout again. Still chipping away though, that's the problem. And what are we going to drag in this time? It's going to be the Tapu Lele. Okay. So I think Ferrothorn is going to be something... do we bring Ferrothorn in now? Probably do, don't we? I mean... whatever happens, we need to kind of preserve Fini. So let's protect Ninetales. Or we could just switch Ninetales out, to be honest, into Ferrothorn. And then switch... I'm just worried about a Z move. That's the only thing that is like worrying me slightly at the moment. I don't really want to switch Kang in on a Z move, but let's just protect with Fini if I can lock it in. Yeah, let's just do that. It's just going to be awkward if the Lele goes for the Shattered Psyche into the Fini. And it may be enough at this point. Although we do have Aurora Veil up and the Protect. So Blastoise is just going to Protect here. So Psyshock. It's into the Ninetales slot. Well, that's fine. Inhale does stop. Got to imagine this Blastoise has access to... I've really got to presume that it has access to Aurora Sphere. I'm going to Gyro Ball into the Lele, and I'm going to go into Kang now with Fini. There's still the threat of the Lele with the Z move at this point, which is making things a little awkward for us, but you've got to expect my opponent switches the Lele out into the Incineroar. Yeah. Blastoise. Dark Pulse, okay. We do get the Gyro Ball off into the Incineroar. Do nothing. Okay. But at least we know now that it's not got... It's not got Aurora Sphere, because it would have used it there if it had. So we can just Power Whip into the Blastoise, Fake Out into the Incineroar. And we're looking alright at this point. But the Blastoise probably protects here. But I'm hoping with the Fake Out damage that we do into the Incineroar, it's going to put the Incineroar into range for Kang just to pick up the kill with a Double Edge the following turn. And my opponent's not got any... Oh no, we've not got... we faked out in Psychic Terrain like an idiot. What are we doing? This is the stuff that we used to do. Oh my god. And we realised just before the turn. This is how embarrassing. What's this going to be? Okay, Malicious Moonsault. Is this into Kangaskhan? We might. Might have just had a bacon saved if it is. We've got to imagine it is. It's going to be into Kang. Do we take this though? Like, we are really quite bulky. Yeah, okay. Ferrothorn flinches, which is a little bit awkward for us. But at the same time, we kind of deserve that because making such ridiculous plays. Okay, I'm just going to go for a Double Edge. We could Low Kick actually. Low Kick's probably the better play into the Incineroar, because that should take it down. We know it's not going to bury now at this point, so we should take it down and then get the Power Whip onto the Blastoise. Incineroar just protecting here. Blastoise, where are you going to go for? Dark Pulse? Yeah. Power Whip. Oh, come on. I feel like we need to just take down this. Alright, what have we got? Huh. Like, the Incineroar is going to switch out here, I feel. So I kind of want to just Double Edge into the Blastoise. So the Incineroar is going to switch out, for sure, into the Lele, probably. I could have Gyro Balled into that slot, but again, you don't want to put all your eggs into one basket if my opponent doesn't switch out. Yeah, there's the switch out. So we could have Gyro Balled as well, but like I said, you kind of put all your eggs in one basket by doing that, and then so get the Double Edge off into the Blastoise. It should kill. Yeah, I don't think the crit mattered there. And now we're going to see the Incineroar come back in. Maybe the Oranguru. Maybe. Okay, it's the Oranguru. I think the Lele's got to switch out here. Do I just sack the Kang? And just double into the Lele slot in case the Incineroar comes in on that slot. Yeah, so Double Edge should take this down. They should lock the game up first now. Like Double Edge, Gyro Ball, yeah, Orangaru's gonna protect. Now we are gonna lose Kang here, but as soon as this Incineroar goes down, like, Ferrothorn wins this game for us. As long as this takes it down, yeah, and that's okay. And we'll go down to the recall, but it's fine now. And Aurora Veil does wear off. But we can bring in Fini. Get rid of the Psychic Terrain, get a Misty Terrain up. Oh, actually, no we don't. So we do realise that the Lele's slower than our Fini. So it means we can get at least a Moonblast off. Huh, I could Swagger. No, I can't Swagger because the Psychic Terrain's up. Let's get our terrains in order. We've already cocked up once this battle, so let's not do it again. Get the Moonblast off into Orangaru. Special attack drop. Might turn out handy. Take a Psychic. Wow, that does a lot of damage. Okay, we might actually... Okay, we are going to lose the Ferrothorn here. This is not great. I really didn't expect it to be doing so much damage. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And I've got like nothing. I can hit the... Oh, okay, so I've really messed this up. And I think it's because expecting the Lele to always kind of be that bit faster than the Fini as well. I need to just Icy Wind and just kind of hop. There's not... I mean, Muddy Water. Icy Wind, Muddy Water be enough to take down the Orangaru? I don't think it will be. I'm going to have to Moonblast it. And then hope that, like, Fini gets through his turn and then I can kind of play for a Swagger, I guess. But, yeah. I think it... Kind of playing that the Lele is always going to be outspeeding my... my Fini kind of threw the matchup there. Without the Psychic Terrain boost, like, Ferrothorn will be able to take two of those quite easily. Where's the Psychic going this time? Into the... Yeah. That's the best move, yeah. And that's it for us. So, well played by my opponent. That is so frustrating. Like, really frustrating, because that was definitely a game that we should have won. But, yeah, we can't really do anything now. So, And definitely in the end game there, Heatran would have been a lot better than the Ninetales, although throughout the game, the Aurora Veil did come in very handy at the same time. That is frustrating. At least we know for next time in that sort of situation, you know, the Psychic's still doing, like, Tapu Lele's doing, like, chunking damage. I kind of really want to have a quick look at the damage calc to see what... Because did the Lele even change moves at all? I don't think we saw it protect, did we? Because it could have been specs. That's the other thing. Okay, so no, it's doing about, yeah, roughly like 2 will do 50%, which is about where we were, wasn't it? So yeah, definitely. So, okay, so that was definitely like underestimated from our point of view, which is not ideal. But like I say, at least we learn going forward. Won't know what to do next time, and get a bit dark, so I'll just knock the light on here, and hopefully we find our next opponent pretty quickly. So frustrating though when you're like that close to just closing out a game, and it's just complacency that just kind of gets you. But you've just got to learn from these things and then move forward, haven't you? So we've got our next opponent. They're playing a team of Charizard Y. What you've got to presume is Charizard Y, or it could be Charizard X, I guess, with T-Tar, Tapu Koko, Tapu Fini, Cresselia, and Landorus. Commonly kind of see these teams with maybe Snorlax in here, of either the Koko maybe, or the T-Tar, but thankfully we haven't got a Snorlax to deal with here. Ferrothorn is really good in this match. If we can deal with the Charizard, then Ferrothorn just closes this game out. So that's kind of got to be a big game plan here. Get rid of the Charizard as quick as possible, and then we can just let Ferrothorn do its work. So I feel like I definitely want to lead Kang and Lando here. We definitely need Ferrothorn, like we said, and probably, do we want Heatran or do we want our own Fini? Because like Fini's not bad here. Let's think. Heatran. Fini. I think Fini is probably going to be better in general. It's just we don't know if my opponent's got like a double Mega team, and he quite possibly could have with that Mega T-Tar, and I think Fini offers us a bit more support against that than the Heatran does. Okay. So we've got the Koko and we've got the Charizard for my opponent, and we've got Kang for myself, and Landorus. So we know we're scarfed Landorus, and I'm just going to fake out into the Koko, and I'm going to go for a Stone Edge, because even though I said I was playing a special variant, I'm running Stone Edge because it's just even intimidated, it will take down a Charizard Y. So I'm just going to Stone Edge into that Char Y, and anything kind of coming in on that slot as well is going to take a good chunk of damage. But I don't expect the Charizard to. I don't know. I don't think it'll. It shouldn't not protect this turn, just with the fake out threat as well. Although you never know, you might see. Yeah, so Charizard's going to switch out. Landorus coming in. Which is fine. It's going to get the Intimidate off. It's going to be able to take the Stone Edge pretty easily. And we'll get the fake out into the Koko potentially. So Koko just protecting here. Let's see what the Stone Edge damage is like on the Landorus. Pitiful. Okay. You've got to be kind of concerned that the Koko has the Z move. That's what would be worrying me. So I'm going to switch Kang out just in case that comes in on that slot. I'm just going to keep Landorus in, and I'm just going to go for another. Do I go for Stone Edge into the Koko? Yeah, I'm going to go for a Stone Edge into the Koko. Because it could well Volt Switch out into Char, expecting us to switch. And any damage on Koko is good. Crit as well, so, you know, always nice. And there is that Z move, so it's going to be into the Ferrothorn. So Ferrothorn's going to be able to eat this up a lot more comfortably than that Kangaskhan did. Or would have been able to. So Gigavolt Havoc. And we kind of burn the Z move for my opponent, which is helpful. We'll see what this Landorus goes for. What if it goes for a superpower into that slot as well? Which wouldn't be great, because like we said at the start, that's the kind of Ferrothorn. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, it's into, yeah. Okay. It's not ideal. We can bring Kang back in though. It might be a good time to switch Lando out, just so we can reset maybe this being locked into the Stone Edge. Yeah, let's fake out the Landorus and let's just go for another Stone Edge into the Coco. So Landorus is going to withdraw. We're going to see Tapu Fini come in. Okay. So it means if Coco does stay in here, at least its electric type attacks aren't going to be threatening Kangaskhan as much. But we're just going to see a Protect here. Okay, I think now's the time to take Landorus out and bring Fini in. Because it's not likely that my opponent T-bolts into that Landorus slot. But they might predict that we have to switch it out at some point, but they don't. They just take it out. Landorus coming back in to get the Intimidate onto the Kangaskhan. So we'll get at least a double edge onto this Landorus. And we'll probably see, what, Muddy Water come out from the Tapu Fini? So we do get really fortunate there. The crit actually coming in massive for us to take that Landorus down. We're going to see an Icy Wind. Okay. The problem is when the Charizard comes in, we haven't got too many options for switching, that is. That's a Coco. Okay. I don't really want to bring Landorus in on an Icy Wind, that's the only thing. Let's double edge the Coco and let's go for Moonblast into the Fini just to get some damage onto that. I've got to expect that my opponent probably targets Kang, yeah, and then Icy Winds again. Paralysis isn't ideal. And Scald, okay. At least we won't be getting burnt. That's a plus. And if we can take down, yeah, the Coco here, that's good. And then at the same time, that's ideal. We didn't really want Kang to go down here because we don't want to get Landorus in at a point where we can't. So here I can. I'm just going to double edge and I'm going to Moonblast into the Fini here because we want to try and get rid of this Fini if we can. Don't want to Poké Berry. So what I was trying to say is I don't want to get Landorus in right now because the Charizard just Mega Evolves Protect and an Icy Wind comes out and there's nothing we can do against that. Whereas if the Fini's in range for like maybe a Stone Edge at this point when we get the Landorus in, and we should force the Protect from the Charizard really. Ugh. But if we see a Tailwind come out, then it's not ideal. But we should actually be able to get rid of this as long as Kang's not paralyzed this turn. We should get rid of the Fini, which makes things a bit easier for us, I guess. So no Berry Proc, no paralysis. This should take it down. Excellent. Okay. Now we do lose Kang here. But I'm pretty sure my Landorus takes a flamethrower from a Charizard. It's whether or not it's got overheat. But does it have overheat with Tailwind? I would say probably not, but you never know. So I'm going to Stone Edge into it, and all or nothing. Let's go for a Hydro Vortex as well. It's in the sun, it's not going to be doing so much, but at least it's damage onto the Charizard at the end of the day. But like Landorus should take, yeah, Heat Wave it's going to take all day long, as long as we're not burnt. Stone Edge, connects. Excellent. There we go. Stone Edge coming in handy, like it was planned to. So very good to my opponent, and at least we kind of make up for that first game in this second game today, in today's episode, to round off the week on a little bit of a positive. But like I say, with the losses and things like that, it's always good to look back on them, like, and just think, right, well, we're not going to let that situation happen again. And the next time we know what we should have done in that situation when we had the Fini and the Ferrothorn in, we should have just switched out Fini into the Ninetales, sack that, protected Ferrothorn. The next turn we could have got a Fini back in, and the Psychic, even instructed without the Psychic Trains, I'm going to take us down. We would have been able to get the Gyro Ball off into the Lele and take it down, and then from there we would have been in a really nice position to take the game, but just overcompensating for that in game one, which is a bit annoying. But we've done it, guys. We've been back for a whole week and we've got through it, so it's been really good. Like I say, it's been a bit of a shame that we didn't have content for a long time, but we are back now, and the big thing is just to say thank you to you guys for tuning in, being patient, and we will have content going on from here forward, so that'll be good. As always, if you've enjoyed today's episode, do drop a like on the video. It's massively appreciated. It does really help the channel. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, because we will have tons and tons and tons of VGC content coming out in the coming weeks and months, so it'll be ramping up again. We'll have streams and everything like that as well, so do keep an eye out for them. And just let me know your thoughts on today's episode, guys, what you thought on the team this week, everything and everything else. So as well as get your ideas in for megas that we want to build around, because we'll play this team again next week, and then we will we'll start thinking about some of the more popular comments from you guys and suggestions, and we'll start putting those together going forward from there. But we're going to wrap things up. Have an amazing weekend, guys. Thank you as always, and I will see you all for another School of Hard Knocks next Monday. Yeah, so until then, guys, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and until then, bye bye.